So are you really learning what's really going on out here, or are you hearing what women want you to hear?
What's this all about?
Click the link below to get the ebook Looks Don't Matter, 7 Ways to Attract Women Without Your Looks, or go straight to mr.locario.com right now to get your copy today.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, in this video, I want to tell you guys that if you're trying to understand women and why women do the things they do when it comes to dating and all this other stuff, right? Going around asking them questions about why they do what they do, it's not going to help you out. They're not going to tell you the truth in most cases, right? So you're trying to understand from the woman's perspective why she's doing the things that she's doing in the dating game, because maybe you're having trouble, getting girls, and you're like, well, maybe if I ask the woman, maybe if I go out and interview them, because I see a lot of videos with guys that go up to the women, they'll interview the women, they'll ask them questions, and then they take what women say for face value. Now, if you're doing that, and you're putting on a show for YouTube and it's entertaining, I get it, because it can be entertaining, but you're not actually going to get accurate statements. You're not going to get real information by doing this. Now, why is this? Now, the reason why you're not going to get that real information is because women have to put on a face for society, and they are not going to tell you what they do behind the scenes, right? So what that means is, for example, if you're trying to figure out, how sexual a girl is, and, she has one night stands and she does all this crazy stuff, right? If you ask her that question, she's probably going to deny that she does that, even though she does do it. Or if she says she does it, she's going to say she doesn't do it as much as she really does, right? So the reason why she does that is because when she's in a public forum, or she's like going to be broadcasted, or many people are going to be watching or listening to what she's saying, she's not going to say the truth because she doesn't want to look like a slut. You understand? In this particular situation, like I remember one time I was on a Clubhouse app, and I was in this room, and we were talking about relationships and stuff like that, right? And there was a bunch of ladies in there, maybe like about 100 something ladies in there, right? And so what happens is the host of the room, he asked the question. He said, so, how many of y'all ladies, had one night stands before, right? And like 99% of the women in there, right, were silent. They didn't say nothing. And then when they started talking, they're like, well, I'm not like that, and I don't do that stuff, and yada, 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 right? There's probably 1 or 2 women who said that they've done it before and that they do it or whatever it is like that. But most of the women, they act like they are not doing it. Now, the reason why they do that is because if they say, yeah, I have one night stands all the time. If I see a guy and he's like really, hot, or I'm sexually attracted to him, or I'm turned on, I'll do it. The reason why they don't say that usually is because they don't want to look like a hoe. They don't want to look like a slut. And what happens is that if the woman announces she has the one night stands, then every guy that's listening to her, every guy that sees her, they'll get into her DM, try to holler at her, and try to get that same situation from her. And she doesn't want that for every guy, because there's certain guys who she's not going to want to give a one night stand to, and she's going to want to go on dates and get to know him and do a lot of other extra stuff, right? So you're asking, hey, do you any of you ladies do one night stands? And 90% of them are acting like they don't, or they say no. So are you really learning what's really going on out here, or are you hearing what women want you to hear? You see what I'm saying? See, the only way for you to truly know how women get down is you have to be a guy who's attractive to women. And I'll go even further and say you have to be a guy who's sexually attractive to women, right? Because there's different types of attraction. But you got to be a guy who's sexually attractive to women, because if you're the guy who's sexually attractive to women, then what's going to happen is that you're going to experience how women actually are behind the scenes. Not what they show in public, not how they're trying to put on a certain show for everyone, but actually how they are. So going out and interviewing these women, asking them these questions, that's cute and that's fun and that's entertaining, but you're not going to necessarily get the right answer. You understand? Now, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I've done that before in the past, like go out, interview girls just, for the fuck of it, whatever. But what I always knew is that in most cases, they're not going to tell you the truth. Now, are there sometimes women will tell you the truth? Yes. But the funny part is that even when women break it down and try to tell you the truth, if you're the type of guy who has weak ass game, you're not even going to understand why the fuck she's saying what she's saying anyway. You're just going to think she's talking nonsense. So for example, let's go with the whole one night stand thing again. If you say to this woman, hey, have you ever had a one night stand? And she says, oh yeah, I've done that, a few times, whatever, right? And then you say to her, well, what about the guys you just go on dates with? Like, how does that go? And she's like, yeah, we talk and we get to know each other and we go out for a while. And then, if I like him or I see that there's a connection, then we have sex. And then you say, well, why is it that you're having sex with this one guy with the one night stand, right? But then this other guy, you make him wait. And then she's like, oh, well, the guy I had a one night stand with, I wasn't really feeling him like that. I was just, he just was like, for right now, you know what I'm saying? But this other guy, he seemed like boyfriend material. And then you'd be like, but wait a second, if this other guy's boyfriend material, why are you making him wait, but you're not making the other guy wait? You see what I'm saying? And so you're confused and you think she's talking nonsense, but because you don't have any game, this doesn't make sense to you. And see, the reason why she's fucking the guy right now with the one night stand is because she says, okay, this guy, I'm sexually attracted to him, but I do not see any long-term potential with this guy. But the other guy I see long-term potential with, I'm going to take it slower with him because I can't have him thinking I'm a slut or a whore, because I want to actually be with this guy long-term. And most times guys say that they don't want a woman who's fast and easy. So I'm going to pretend to not be fast and easy for this guy that I actually want long-term. You see, it makes perfect sense when you understand the game. But when you don't understand the game, it doesn't make sense to you and you think the women are talking nonsense. So at the end of the day, if you actually want to know what women are thinking, how they actually are in real life, like how they really get down, you have to become the type of guy they get down with. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you're not, all you're going to get is how they act socially, but you'll never get the woman behind the scenes. You get it?
Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below. Click the link below or go straight to mrlocario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game.